Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to bring you this little book haul. I have recently taken to watching book hauls and thrift store buys, and I always have. I've always enjoyed them, but book hauls specifically. And I have a new friend in my group who does a book haul every Friday, and I've noticed that I really enjoy her book hauls, so I thought I'd bring you one on my channel. This is going to be a one-off. I'm not going to do this very often, but I'll tell you what I have been doing. I have been on a mission for the last month or so trying to locate a Mulan book. Now, Mulan is one of my favorite characters. I love the story. I love the character herself, and so I've been thrift store hopping looking for a Mulan book, and would you believe that it is so hard to find? You can find anything. You can find Snow White, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Black Beauty even, Pocahontas even, not to mention, you know, Cars and all that, but there is never ever a Mulan book until today. Today I found a Mulan book. How I was so happy when I found it. It's in good condition, which doesn't mean anything because I'm still going to do my Mulan junk journal, which I promised myself I have been wanting to do this for a while, so I will go ahead and do it. But finally pleased to have my hands on a Mulan book, and so I thought what I'd do is I'd show you some of my book purchases or my purchases in general that I've made in the last month looking for this one book. So this one book was $1, but I've spent so much money trying to find this book, or as a result of trying to find this book. So I'll let you know what I started off with. So it all started off with watching Edith Holden book hauls, and everyone's talking about Edith Holden. Everybody has one, how hard it is to find one, and I ended up going online to World of Books, and I purchased one because I don't think there's any way you can walk into a thrift store and find one of these in Australia. The funny thing is, on the back here it says it's 2B. It's £2, and I paid I think about $16, $17 or $18, and you can just pick it up for £2, but that's the price of what you what I have to pay here in Australia, and that's no problem. So once I had my hand on one of these, I was like, yes, I have one, and looking through it, I just fell in love with her calligraphy and her illustrations, and I thought, how am I going to rip this book apart? I don't want to rip it apart. I want to keep this for my collection. So sorry, junk journal community, I don't think I can do it. So this is going to go in my library, and I'm going to look at this with much love every time I see it, and it's not going to get it will not get torn up. So I remember so then I had a quick look around, and I saw that this magazine, which is Simply Cards and Papercraft issue 193, was doing a country diary of an Edwardian lady, and in this magazine comes this beautiful stamp set and this beautiful set of cards. So you get papers, sorry, you get 2 of each. So this is what it looks like. So A4 design here and on the back as well, and you'll get 2 of each. And so this is the other one. So that's those papers, and that's that. So there's 2 of those ones. Then you've got just papers that complement. So a total of 16 pages all in all. And I found these so beautiful that I don't know how I'm going to tear these up, to tell you the truth. So this is the extra pages. So there's 2 of each. So 4 here, 4 there. So it comes quite packed with good things for junk journals, I think. So stay tuned, because I'm going to make like a little ephemera video, making ephemera using these these stamps and these papers if I can bring myself to tearing them up. Where did I get this from? I got this from eBay. It cost something like $11 to buy the magazine, but it also cost me $35 in postage. Now, I know that sounds crazy, and it goes against every single bone in my body to pay for postage more than the item costs, but there is no way I was going to get this stamp set any other way. It's not in Australia. The only way I can get it was from the UK, and that's the price that they charge for shipping. And I thought, it's a stamp set. I haven't bought any magazines, this magazine costs $20 per issue here in Australia, and I thought, well, if I'm going to pay, you know, $40, or I think it was close to $46 with all the shipping and taxes, that's equivalent to buying approximately three magazines, and I haven't bought 3 magazines in the last couple of months, so this is how I justified to myself that I could afford the shipping, or I'd go ahead and go with the shipping. So, plus it's a stamp set, I can use it over and over and over again, and I can, well, you know, all those things you tell yourself. And then I happened to walk by a dollar store, and I found these. These are so, like, wouldn't you think that these look like these? So I thought, oh, these are great. This is $1. So these were $1 each. There was also a third one. This one, so cute, so cute. Love the, you know, the pink background, and there's so much of it. And I thought, oh, what I'll do, I'll maybe tear one set and leave one set, and then I'll also use these for my junk journals. So that is my plan for this project. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully I'll do that within the next month or so, God willing. After I received that Edith Holden book, I then sort of knew exactly what I was looking for. So the style of the illustration, I was looking for little kind of things and really beautiful calligraphy. So this is like an 89-cent book. I think I only got it for 50 cents. This is old, like this is 1973. Beautiful, thick, sturdy paper, and love the illustrations. So I looked at this and I thought, you know, you can just cut these out and put them in your junk journals and making tags and stuff like that. So this was perfect. I found this little book as well. Not so much, the paper is not, you know how you get this old sort of nice paper. This is a little bit more shiny, but some of the illustrations in here were still lovely, and I thought I could cut some of these out. So like that is just really lovely. So I probably cut a few things out. I mean, I bought these for $1 each, so I really don't mind. So it's got some cool things. So you like that. That's good. And once you kind of antique the page up with distress ink, it'll be fine. See, stuff like that. I thought these were just beautiful. So I found potential in something like that. I'll show you this one first. Same thing, the Gardener's Handbook. Stuff like this, I thought this was gorgeous. Little things like this, like, yeah, there's some things that I just wouldn't use, but then there were things that I thought were really cool. Stuff like this is really nice. No color, oh, very, very pastel green color. So I thought, yeah, for $1, I'll see what I can do. And then here, I found all the good stuff in the back. Once I came home, I'm like, oh, this was a good book to get. It's actually quite a really good book. It's not really hardcover, it's that bendy stuff. So, although the pages are somewhat glossy, they're very pretty. Some of these are really pretty, so I can cut these out. And then here's all the boring stuff. So yeah, half the book's good. Okay, this one I thought was amazing. So although I did think that some of these images were a little bit big, I think they would do really nicely in, you know, big junk journal. So, oh look, see, so it has a little bit of extra, and this is great. It's like music paper. It's really thin, and it's so sweet. That's a little bit of extra. So yeah, so in here These were all $1, these books. So I thought I could just cut them up and not worry about it. So that's that one. This was another book that I found that I thought I was gonna just cut up very easily, but I actually quite love this book. Some of the way it writes is really lovely, and it's very witty in some of the things that it says. Like, for example, here it says, if you've become exacerbated enough to feel murderous, spray the nest with pyrethrum or garlic laced with white pepper. Any nip you may get during the operation can be taken as rough justice exacted for the fact that a good job of aerating the soil was being done before you interfered. And it talks about, they're talking about ants there. I don't know, I just really love ladybirds eat 400 aphids in a week. I love the way that they speak here. Asters. Pests find the leaves of asters disagreeable to the smell and bitter to the taste, so they are good flowers to grow, both for massing and cutting. Banana skins. The skin of the banana is surprisingly rich in calcium, sodium, silica. Tucked under the topsoil around rose bushes or geraniums, it is one of the simplest and quickest ways of providing valuable plant food. Like, I really just love this book. I think this book is amazing, and I almost don't want to damage it, like take it apart just for the photos. So I might put that to the back, but it's really cute. I really love this book. This was a good buy. And also picked up this book. Now, I don't know why I picked up this book, because it's not at all what I want, but I thought it was just good real estate. Like, look how nice and big it is. And then look, so it's shiny, glossy pages. It's almost like brand new in the last 10 years. But look at how it's got all these, and I thought, wow, this is really fantastic. I'm sure I could do something with all these, like make little coin envelopes, or so. I have so many ideas for this. I think this is so amazing. I love it. I really do love this, and I almost don't want to, tear it apart and desecrate it. It's so cool. So I thought this was such a great book. So stay tuned, see if it stays as is and goes into my collection, or if I end up tearing into it. And lastly, for that one day, I ended up coming across this book, which was just like pure joy, because another thing that I look for is poems. I love poetry books. So this is called Victoria's Secret Gardens of Love, and when I came home I looked it up, and there's 3 volumes of this, if I'm not mistaken. It's volume 2 and volume 3 to go. I've looked at the eBay prices of postage, and they are, quite exorbitant. I bought this for, I think, $1. Same place that I found the Mulan, actually. Save the Children. Save the Children is a great op shop where I live, and I have to go back there and like spend half the day there to have a proper look. So Victoria's Secret Gardens of Love, and the poetry and the illustration in these books are adorable. Really, really beautiful. Look, at first I thought, yeah, I could cut all this. These are beautiful, but once I started reading some of the poetry, I thought, oh, I can't desecrate this book. Like, this is the one that totally grabbed my heart. This is Reverend Francis Kilvert, 1840. Waiting for Daisy. The girls gradually came out of the lawn. I began to fear that Daisy was not coming. She was the last of all. I was horribly afraid that she had been advised not to appear because I was there. Presently I turned, and there she was in a black velvet jacket and a light dress, with a white feather in her hat and her bright golden hair tied up with a blue ribbon. How bright and fresh and happy and pretty she looked. I love her more and more each time I see her. I think she loves me a little. I hope so. God grant it. I'm sure she does not dislike me, and I do believe, she likes me and cares for me. I fancy I can see it in her clear, loving, deep gray eyes, so true and fearless and honest, those beautiful Welsh eyes that seem to like to meet mine. I think she likes to be with me and talk with me, or why did she come back to me again and again and stand by me and talk to no one else? I wish I could tell her how dearly I love her, but I dare not. Oh, it's just so romantic. I love it. I just love that quiet, bashful love. And a lot of these poems are like that. They're like that yearning for love to come out, but you're so shy. And so totally adore this book. Sorry, I can't use this for junk journal. This is gonna go on my shelf. Okay, so that was a couple of weeks ago, and today was Mulan. So today I found Mulan, and along with this purchase came a few other purchases. So I'll go through this one. So she had a huge collection of golden books, so I bought 6 things. So I got Mulan, I got this one, Nursery Rhymes. This is adorable. I thought some of these illustrations were beautiful, and I'm gonna cut them up. I don't mind cutting these up. This one, my son loved this one, and I thought, well, I can make little tags and bookmarks all about Kitty, because he loves our kitty. We all love our kitty. So this one's cute, and The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Like it's almost like a brand new book. So I thought this was cute for any, you know, big envelopes or whatever we're making. I can use some of these. That's cute. And then I found this one. I thought this was beautiful. This was also $1. And one thing I love is reading what people write when they give it as gifts. So this one says, "Dear Jill, thank you for showing me how to open the door of success. I know every next day will be bigger, better, and more beautiful than the previous. With love from Rosemary Zinkerman." And then Jill gave the book away to Salvation Army. No, this wasn't Salvation Army. This was "The sky, a tree, and man will survive if man understands the tree." Like, I just love some of these reflections. They're just gorgeous, and this will fit beautifully in my junk journal. I don't mind tearing this up and making a beautiful junk journal. Look at that. So totally gorgeous. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my final purchase was this little guy. He's so cute. So this is my purchase this is my toy purchase for the year, I think. He is so cute. I'm gonna call him Chipper because he's gonna be my morale officer for 2020. He is so cute, Chipper. So he's gonna sit on my desk here. I previously had Becky. Becky was here. Becky's cute. And sometimes sometimes I go in just to look at the toy section to see if anyone wants to come home with me. And before that, and in between these two, I have Lala Loopsy, but she's not here. She's in the other room. So now there's 3 of them. Becky, Lala Loopsy, and Chipper. So cute. So let me show you something else I picked up. This is from another one. This is not today's purchase. Look at this. This is so old. This reminds me of something I had when I was 5. This was $3. And it says here, the music is "Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head," and it works. Oh. Yes. So what I'm hoping to do, there's a little heart in here. Okay. So what I'm hoping to do with that is take away some of that awful pink and put some beautiful paper in there, and you know, redo it, not touching any of the outside. The outside is perfect as is, but the inside is horrid. Like, this is horrid. I need to take this whole shelf off. All the pink has to go. And then this here, I've got to do something with this, which hides the mechanism. It's just this shoddy piece of cards. So I'm going to have to totally revamp that, and I'll bring you the before and after video, hopefully. But I'm hoping to keep the music going, but I'm just going to have to get rid of that ballerina. Have you seen her face? She looks a bit, you know, like sad. We'll see if the ballerina stays. Okay, so, and then earlier in the week, this is on Monday, I went to Salvation Army, and this is my last, promise, this is my last stack, okay? I'll go over this really quickly. So this is beautiful, illuminated alphabets. Look how gorgeous these are. So pretty, so pretty. So I'm going to cut them up. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, this is like better than Edith Holden, right? I don't have to cut up my Edith Holden because this is gorgeous. So this is perfect for me. I might even try to copy some of that and see how that goes. And A Time for Roses, I thought this was beautiful. It's got verse and it's got some really beautiful illustrations. I love the poetry here. Some verse, some poetry, some reflections. This is so beautiful, beautiful book. So I always look for these kind of little books. They're quite nice, and it sort of looks like that, right? Same kind, yeah, Axiom. Paid $1 for this at the Save the Children, and I paid $2 for this at Salvation Army. So then I found this one, the Illustrated Book of Herbs. Used to belong to Carole King, and I thought at first, what am I doing? But then I came across stuff like this. These are beautiful. These can be cut up. The pages are glossy, but there are illustrations, so I can do with them. As long as, see, like I wouldn't use any of that, but as long as I can ink the pages and just make them look a little bit distressed. Half the book is cooking with herbs. So I thought, oh, what have I done? And you know, so it's home cosmetics, and some of it is aromatherapy and just like real photography. But some of it is, and some of it is like showing you the garden. But then some of it is also this, which is illustrations of herbs, which will do me just fine. And it was $3. Yeah, $3. You know, do you know how much I hate sleeves? I hate sleeves. I don't know why people make sleeves. I really don't like sleeves. Anyway, the book is beautiful. I think the sleeves is to protect the book, but so that's that one. And then I found this one, Discovering Birds. This was $2, same thing. And then this is old. So this is there a year to this? This is old. You can tell this is old. Like it's aged paper, that thick, beautiful. 1986. So in it are the most beautiful illustrations of birds. Some are too big, but some of them are also okay. So I can cut this up, no problem, and make some great junk journals with these. Just making envelopes and pretty, you know, the inside of the junk journal cover and the back cover as well. Gorgeous, and some of this as well. This is lovely font. So that one was cute, and then this one, I've already taken the cover off. So yeah, this was the cover. So Marigold Garden, Pictures and Rhymes by Kate Greenaway. This was the same thing. Had the most gorgeous little illustrations. So I thought, yeah, I can cut those up, and I don't mind. That doesn't, I don't feel bad desecrating it. I'm going to do a good job, and it's got some beautiful little poems that you can add in swaps and stuff, so that's also a good one. And this one, Treasury of Kate Greenaway. So the same thing, Kate Greenaway. Her illustrations are absolutely gorgeous. Now first, the book has gold gilded pages. And although I'm not a fan of the foam type, you know what I mean, it has got some pretty beautiful illustrations, which I am looking forward to like fussy cutting out. Like, oh, how beautiful, how absolutely beautiful. Illustrated, older illustrated kids books are just a joy to own and a joy to work with. And then some of it even has like, no. Music pages. Yeah, here we go, 2000. So not too old, but she just uses that old illustration. And then on my way out, I saw a sign that said Bibles are free. So there was a little stack there. And you'll never believe this, right? So I grabbed this. This was just a song book, so this was free. I found this Christ in Song. Can you see the cover? So yeah, Christ in Song. This was free. And then when I opened it up, it just almost like fell apart in my hand. Look at, you can see all the cloth binding coming out. The paper is like thin, like it came off the Titanic. And it says here, I love reading these. So February 23rd, 1916, from Auntie Allie and Uncle Robert to Dear Gladys with love. And it's Christ in Song. And it's basically, it's got all the aging spots. it's basically just singing a lot of hymns. And it's music paper and, you know, writing and just so beautiful. So, and I said to him, does this count as Bible? He goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I would never, ever, ever use Bible pages. I think that's just too disrespectful. But I think that a music book is not too bad. I hope it's not too bad. I don't feel bad using you know, music, a hymn book. So I'm so pleased, and there's just so many pages that I'm looking forward to adding pages and sending them to my friends in my swaps. So this was like a treasure. So it was written in 1916, but the copyright here published 1908. So this is my oldest belonging, I think. So that's it, you guys. This has been a long video. I'm really, really sorry, and I hope I didn't bore you too much, but I was so excited I had to come online and show you what I've been doing the last month. I promise no more hunting. I found my Mulan book, so no need to go to any more thrift stores, and I've got a lot of material for my junk journals and for all my swaps this year, so I'll be a good girl from now on, I promise, and I'll just be bringing you junk journal with me videos. So thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video.